Hello guys, welcome to the video. So in this one, I want to show you how can we set multiple waves of enemies so it's easy to initialize new wave of enemy once the old one is done. This is what we're going to do in this video. It's going to be pretty easy. We're going to go to enemy manager, and over here we have current wave details. So instead of having this, we're going to turn it into array, and we're going to rename it to level waves, like that. Now, as a next step, we need to go over here and we need to make private int wave index, just so we can keep track of which wave currently we need to use. Then over here in this method, instead of doing this, we need to do level waves with a wave index. Level waves with a wave index. And then once we did add all of the enemies to the list, we can do wave index ++. Simple as that. Now let's save it. Let's go back to Unity. And now we can see I have level waves, which I can increase. For example, up to 3. I can extend each wave over here and I can set up details about these waves. This management system looks pretty simple, but we really don't need more than that. Later on, we're going to have more enemies in here, and it still should be fine. Even if it feels difficult to manage, then we can just always upgrade it in some way. But as of now, I think this is pretty much enough. Let's try to make maybe 10 and 2, 15 and 6, and maybe 25 and 9, like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to play mode, and we can see first wave of enemies is respawned. We have somewhat of 10 enemies, a little bit more I see, right? There are 2 fast enemies definitely, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, okay, so it's 12 enemies how it's supposed to be. And they go into the castle. Then let's say at some point you are ready and you can just call method setup next wave, and boom, new wave is coming out. And you can use it in this way by making big waves of enemies in one run. For example, there is one wave of 100 enemies and they go in one after another, or you can make up to, I don't know, 15 or 20 small waves. That would work as well. That is up to your design decision. Of course, you need to test all of that because it always depends on your, idea, on your vision. So you have to test it, you have to try to see how you want it to be in the game. But we cannot do that until we have full game loop. So for now, let's just keep it simple as we have it right now. Gonna do setup next wave, and boom, there is another wave of enemies. All right, and now when I try to set up next one, we're gonna have a message. Index was outside the bounds of the array. That means that index is bigger than amount of waves we have. So if that's the case, we need to do a check. If wave index is bigger or equals to level waves dot length, then return null, maybe, and do debug log warning. You have no more waves. Yeah, this should do it. And in case we return a null, we need to do something else. Over here, we can do it here. We can do something like if new enemies equals to null, then return. So this method basically will not work. Okay. Maybe debug a message. Debug log warning. I had no wave to set up. Let's see if it works, because I could make a mistake here. Let's go and make sure it's working. So I'm going to initialize 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to initialize a new one. And I can see message, you have no more waves. I had no wave to set up. All right, this is good. Probably we don't need 2 messages at the same time, so I'm gonna leave a comment here just for developer. And here comes the magic of editing. I'm gonna do this. Boom. Okay. So this should be okay. I think I like it. There are some other things we need to do. I want to move enemy portals below. Let me do this. I'm gonna do enemy portals. Place them below like that. Also, they could be hidden, you know? Let's make them private. If we want to check them, we can always make it public, or we can go to debug view. Alright, I think this is less confusing and I like it, and I'll see you in the next one.